Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I've got the Bitcoin chart up here on the daily. You guys can see yesterday we were trading in and around 56,600, and the Bitcoin price, guys, is creeping up very slowly but surely. The trend is mounting, which is a good sign for the crypto community. Right now we're trading in and around 57,900. And I think there's a reason for that. The average inflow volume of USDC and USDT, because you got to remember, stable coins, they are inextricably linked to Bitcoin. This is how we exit our trades, and that is across all exchanges, guys. That volume has decreased, but it still remains above the annual average volume. So check this out. A similar pattern in 2021 followed the mining lockdown in China, but currently the inflows of stable coins is about 60% higher. So another metric here that we're looking at, the two major stablecoins, USDC and USDT, and that inflow, the liquidity. Check out that level here, guys. When we saw that inflow decrease, we did finally see that last leg up for Bitcoin. And now, guys, we're seeing this same kind of pattern in 2024. So are we going to see the Bitcoin price start to move? I mean, if I throw this on the daily chart, you guys can see the pattern really hasn't changed too much. We are still technically in lower lows and lower highs, which is the sign of a downward trend. However, this is starting to look very promising. 57,900. Bitcoin has been making gains, fairly steady gains since Friday. So over the last week, Bitcoin is now up about, just over 10%. So that is positive news for Bitcoin holders and the rest of the crypto market. You guys can see fear is at 37. So that hasn't changed too much. There is a little bit of money flowing into the space now. You guys can see here on the chart, cryptocurrencies are now in the green, more or less. And that is positive news too. And the metrics, guys, they're going up as well. Market cap now back over $2 trillion. And I think for a lot of people, that was a psychological level. I think for a lot of astute traders, that was a psychological level. 24-hour volume, that's up by about 14%. And Bitcoin dominance is going up too. So the money is flowing into Bitcoin. And even AO here on Twitter noticing that the Bitcoin bull run is beginning. Every time global liquidity increases and breaks out, the Bitcoin bull run begins. So taking a look at global liquidity, it has happened time and time again, guys, the breakout. As global liquidity has been coming down, we haven't seen too much action for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space. However, if we do get above this, I don't know, it's not denoted. Oh yeah, it's the DEMA 100 Global Liquidity Index, 30-day moving average, I guess. If we do get up above that, and it looks like we are crossing that right now, that would suggest that we are going to see another breakup to the upside, and again, coinciding with this bull run. So Bitcoin doing its thing. The last week has seen Bitcoin rise 10%. So guys, we are moving in the right direction. And XRP price right now sitting at 53.8. So just kind of hovering in around 54, 53.9, 53.8, just kind of moving alongside Bitcoin. Guys, a bit of a public service announcement. Even if you are not an Indonesian citizen, be mindful the crypto exchange Indodax has gone offline after a suspected $22 million hack. The breach compromised hot wallets on the exchange, resulting in the loss of Bitcoin, Ethereum, TRX, Matic, and other cryptocurrencies. Indodax has temporarily suspended all its operations. So, nobody is safe. This is why historically I've always kept my cryptocurrency on a cold wallet storage solution. You guys can find a link in the description if you guys are looking for a cold wallet solution, something to hold your cryptocurrency while you're waiting for the last leg in the bull run. Another strategy that I've been telling my Patreon subscribers, and I'm going to be going into more detail too of what cryptocurrency exchanges I'm currently a member of, is to diversify, guys, your crypto exchanges. Don't just be part of Coinbase. Don't just sign up for one cryptocurrency exchange, because God forbid if something were to happen to that one crypto exchange, you have no other options once the bulls do run. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for more insight on what I'm doing this bull run. You can see governments are getting ready. UK has now introduced a bill clarifying cryptocurrency as personal property. So I don't know, this is a bit controversial, I think. I don't know how the Brits feel about that. Put it down in the comments or tag me on Twitter with your opinion. In a landmark development, the UK government has now introduced a bill clarifying cryptocurrency as one's personal property. Indeed, the new legislation officially introduced into Parliament seeks to reestablish the legal status of crypto, NFTs, and tokenized assets. So they're amalgamating all those categories, I guess, together. A press release from the government notes that the bill will help offer Bitcoin holders greater legal protections through the vital clarification. The bill is a first for the British government and is an attempt to keep the European nation at the forefront of the global tech industry. So I don't know what that means in terms of tax implications. I am not a British citizen. Does that change things? Are you still taxed capital gains? How does that work? Again, if this does affect you, let me know how you feel about this. Crypto Insight UK also does post exact details from the UK government website, okay? So with regards to this new change, the boomers are coming, I feel. They know how to buy property, remember? And so just to reiterate, the government has said that cryptocurrency is now considered personal property. So Crypto Insight UK, posting a bit more context, the property or digital assets bill introduced in Parliament today will mean that for the first time in British history, digital holdings, including cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and digital art, carbon credits, all that stuff is personal property under law. The bill will ensure Britain maintains its pull. Previously, digital belongings were not definitively included in the scope of English and Welsh property law, leaving owners in a legal gray area if their assets were interfered with. The new law will therefore also give legal protection to owners and companies against fraud and scams while helping judges deal with complex cases while digital holdings are disputed or form parts of settlements, for example, in divorce cases. So that is, I guess, interesting new context there. Here's a quote, guys. Our world-leading legal services from a vital part of our economy, helping to drive forward growth and keep Britain at the heart of the international legal industry. It is essential that the law keeps pace with evolving technologies, and this legislation will mean that the sector can maintain its position as a global leader in crypto assets and bring clarity to complex property cases. So we do have a little bit more context there. It is a win. Takes the win, people, says Dakota. It's definitely a longer-term win for sure. So this coming from Crypto Insight UK, a UK citizen. If this came like 7 years ago, it would have blown our minds. Does this mean I can get insured for buildings and content, says Dan. If so, my ledger gets hacked and the content stolen. Can I claim it against my insurance for a loss? Very, very good questions here. Now that they've opened it up, it does beg several more questions for sure. So that is interesting, guys. I want to keep moving on because I did see this. This was shocking. Tether has beat BlackRock. Yes, BlackRock was $6.2 billion in profit in 2023. So we know BlackRock is the biggest firm with assets under management in the world, I think. I think it's between BlackRock and Vanguard. Well, it has now been revealed that Tether has earned $6.2 billion. And that was their revenue in 2023, whereas BlackRock's earnings only amounted to about $5.5 billion. This achievement shows its growing power in the financial world and an increasing influence in crypto. They're talking about Tether here. Tether's profits driven by smart investments. The coin gains came from its intelligence expenditures in the U.S. Treasury costs. These low-risk investments have been very profitable as interest rates have risen. Tether focused on safe short-term government debt, which allowed the company to take advantage of the favorable economic conditions. So it does sound like Tether is investing in things. And although we have heard, in the past, we've heard rumors that nobody wants to audit Tether, that the owners of Tether aren't terribly interested in what the West thinks, too. That's another thing. The Western world is saying, well, you're not going to be regulated here. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. Or at least that's the impression I get. We are now noticing they are worth $6.2 billion. They are investing strategically. Obviously, somebody's doing the work over there. So here they talk a little bit about the challenges with transparency and regulation. They're expanding their Bitcoin holdings. So I don't know if, a lot of this is in Bitcoin holdings. Which is now pretty much good to go across the world. The Bitcoin ETFs have really helped that along. So I guess we will see how this continues, and if Tether does maintain dominance in terms of a U.S. denominated stablecoin in other markets other than the Western world. So very interesting there, guys. Mike Manfield here bringing this to our attention. Manfield's Building Society, okay, so not Mike Manfield, but Manfield's Building Society signs a deal with Ripple partner TCS. That is Tata Consultancy Services, so they are a confirmed Ripple partner, and they will deploy their state-of-the-art digital banking solution. So TCS is reportedly going to do this along with their digital home lending solution to enhance member and intermediary experience and support Manfield's ambitious growth plans. For over 200 years, UK building societies have operated as community-led financial institutions serving over 26 million people with savings and mortgage offerings. And so it looks as though that is the bulk of their business there. TCS for core banking, guys, will accelerate the buildings society's digital transformation, providing a truly enriched digital experience for members. TCS digital home lending solution will streamline the mortgage value chain from application to completion and beyond, ensuring Manfield Building Society remains customer-centric, operationally resilient, and future-ready and compliant. So leveraging digital technologies here. again, a Ripple partner at the center of this. And, I've talked about this before, the fact that these Ripple partners have been Ripple partners for a very long time. So I think when they're dealing with cross-border payments and clients, I think they are all set. I think they're leveraging the Ripple tech, licensing the technology from Ripple, and whether they're using XRP or not at this moment is kind of a moot point. Something bigger that I have noticed, though, is that a lot of these companies are going digital in many other facets of their business. And so, if they can use blockchain technology or the XRP ledger, this is why I think Ripple is really pushing developers to branch out and find new use cases for the XRP ledger, enabling them to tokenize whatever it is, real estate, NFTs, whatever it ends up being, so that their current customers, the ones that are already leveraging payments over the XRPL, can also, reach out to Ripple and say, okay, now we need an NFT solution. And Ripple can say, okay, here we have one, all of which will drive more demand to the XRP cryptocurrency. So guys, that is some great news coming from Tata Consultancy Group. Wanted to thank Mike for pointing that out. Another Ripple partner, PhonePe, guys, I believe they're in Vietnam. On Tuesday, they've said that they've just partnered with another solutions provider, a payment solutions provider called Liquidity Group, to expand their merchant acceptance network in Singapore. So, sorry, not Vietnam, Singapore. The collaboration will allow PhonePe users traveling to Singapore to scan and pay using the app. So they'll be using QR codes. The QR codes will be widely available at tourist-centric locations, including Changi Airport, duty-free shops, restaurants, bars, retailers like Cocoa Tree, Hard Rock Cafe, sightseeing spots, and transportation services, the statement says. And this collaboration is facilitated through Liquidity Group's partnership with NPCI International, so another Ripple connection there. And the merchants are accepting UPI as a payment. So another connection there, which makes me think this is not a Vietnamese company. This is from India, it sounds as though. So another interesting partnership associated with Ripple, expanding the convenience for their customers. To the Middle East and the UAE, guys, Ripple has renewed their partnership with NYU Abu Dhabi Bank to support blockchain and research development. This one courtesy of Michael Branch here. The partnership aims to foster talent development, advance digital asset adoption, and integrate blockchain technology into startups and established institutions in the UAE. Ripple has funded numerous scholarships and research projects through its UBRI program. By the way, Ripple also does have a major office in the UAE, so it does make sense that they're doing this over there. I mean, the digital currency landscape over there is already pretty much set out. And in this case, the digital asset infrastructure provider Ripple has renewed their strategic partnership with NYU Abu Dhabi through their University Blockchain Initiative. Ripple's extension of this partnership will bring in total funding for this for the research project and the students to the tune of over $1 million. According to a statement, Ripple's latest renewal of the project is part of a wider goal of deepening its presence in the United Arab Emirates and the Middle East. It also underscores the company's dedication to nurturing talent, fostering innovation, and advancing the adoption of digital assets in the region. So it sounds as though their UBRI program is actually quite successful around the world. It isn't just about talent in the United States or even in the Western world. They are seeking out talent all over the world. And, to my point earlier, if they can find different use cases, if they can tap talent to work on the XRP ledger and find, ways to tokenize this, that, and the other, or maybe do something else interesting and innovative on the XRP ledger, and they see that as a lucrative path, well, they are going to throw money at it. And, part of that is their UBRI arm. So interesting news here, guys, coming out of the United Arab Emirates. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. And more news here also coming out of the UAE. Rack Bank has marked a milestone with its first central bank digital currency transfer via mBridge. So boom goes the dynamite. Rack Bank is a Ripple partner, but they're doing this via mBridge, and mBridge runs on the Corda solution. By the way, Corda can also settle in XRP. So guys, all great news here. To highlight some points, the trade facilitated through CB UAE's initiative or innovative mBridge platform instantaneously transfers the digital dirham, which is their fiat currency, against the digital yuan, which is the Chinese currency. This initiative positions Rack Bank at the forefront of digital banking transformation and is a landmark transaction, making a significant leap forward in real-time, transparent, and cost-effective international payments. So a few things here that I find interesting. Okay, the UAE recently has joined the BRICS nations. Of course, China is also a BRICS country. It sounds as though they are big trading partners too. Otherwise, why would they make such a big deal about this landmark digital transfer of currency? So we got the BRICS connection there. We've got tons of money in trade, probably likely going to be traveling through not the US dollar. So they need to find another solution. Of course, DLT platforms are that solution, and whether they use a stablecoin, a CBDC, or their own fiat currencies, guys, this solution can leverage RippleNet, can leverage, all kinds of different settlement mechanisms. That's the beauty of it. It is interoperable. So Enbridge through Corda can settle an XRP, and RackBank is a RippleNet partner. So likely will be settling an XRP at some point down the line there. So very interesting to see how this is shaping up, guys. Even down here, they give more details on Enbridge. Is a multi-central bank digital currency platform built on distributed ledger technology. This platform allows participating central and commercial banks to conduct real-time peer-to-peer cross-border payments and foreign exchange transactions. So not mentioning which central banks are connected here, but we know Ripple does have partnerships with over 50 central banks worldwide. So guys, very interesting. Again, I got to say very interesting, and I am very excited to see what happens with the XRP cryptocurrency once we do see, more meaningful regulation. I keep saying this because and it's going to take so long. I feel like, every country's got to do their thing to get on board. Luckily, Ripple has already been on top of it from the start. That here posting this, a reminder, okay? And sometimes, I know at the beginning we were like, oh, an ISO 20022 compliant cryptocurrency, that's great, right? We've got the XDCs and the XLMs and the XRPs and all those ones that are ISO 20022 compliant. Well, ISO 20022, I believe this is directly from the messaging standard website themselves. They are actually saying here, they're stating here on their website, there's no such thing as an ISO 20022 crypto. Cryptocurrencies are not inherently ISO 20022 compliant. It says here, there's a lot of confusion and misleading information on the web referring to ISO 20022 compliant cryptocurrencies, but those statements are not correct. The cryptocurrencies are not managed and not registered by ISO 20022. ISO 20022 is a global standard for financial messaging, so that is the crucial point here, and provides a common language and structure for exchanging financial information. The ISO standard managing digital token identifiers, guys, is ISO 24165. So that is DTI. That is a standard which will be identified to the cryptocurrencies. So not ISO 20022, but the ISO 24165. And guys, guess what? Yes, XRP is one of those cryptocurrencies. I happen to do a little bit more research here. SDX leads the charge in adopting crypto digital token identifiers. I do believe I did a video on this a while ago, but I thought I would brush up on this. The exchange becomes the first in the industry to adopt the DTI standard fully. The ESMA, it does promote the use of the DTI among European and international crypto companies. And if you guys look down here, the financial industry is increasingly adopting the DTI, or the digital token identifier. And that standard, again, is 24165, which is a unique identifier for the digital asset market. The SIX digital exchange has just become the first privately distributed ledger technology financial infrastructure to adopt the standard, developed by the Digital Token Identifier Foundation. It gets better, though. Over here, guys, this is from Smoke from a couple of months ago. XRP's digital token identifier within the ISO ecosystem. The digital token identifier allows cryptocurrencies to be recognized and accepted in the ISO payment system. So in order for it to be recognized with ISO 20022, it does need a DTI, the ISO 24165. And here we have it, guys. The DTI for Ripple is right here, L6GTZC9G4. The long name is XRP for Ripple. Short name is XRP, and you can find, I guess, the code over here. So XRP is ISO 24165 compatible, even if it doesn't make sense for it to be ISO 20022 compatible. I guess now we have to wrap our heads around that. And I mean, why wouldn't it be, considering all these banks around the world are working tirelessly to maintain this new standard, this standard that is slowly creeping in, that is going to transform the world of payments. The UK is now on board, classifying cryptocurrencies as personal property, and they wouldn't be doing this, guys, unless these cryptocurrencies were going to have value in the future. That's just my opinion, though. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.